Kaleem Qureshi, Code with Kaleem. So today in this lecture we are going to learn that how we can use the generated route with a Flutter block. So I have created a one test example for you guys, that in that I just created 3 pages with the page 1, page 2 and page 3. What these pages are doing, basically this is just a increment whenever we press any button on the plus sign, that whenever I will press the plus sign, it will just increment the this page 1, and by click on this forward icon, it will take to the page 2, and from here I can also do the same thing, and from here it will take me to the page 3, and I can increment this, and from by click on this one, then it will again take me to the page 1, right? So here we are. So now the problem statement that today we have is that that from here I will just display you. Today I'm not going to display not going to define you regarding the block builder and how we can use the provider, my other videos that I have already published it. So today the main question or the problem statement is this, that we have to send the user to the next page, and in that case we have to define the block provider for the next qubit, for the next we have to define the next qubit here as well, like this. Navigator.push material page route and the block provider, and after that we are defining the second qubit and the page 2. So this is the code, and in second page you can find out the same thing, the material page route, block provider, third qubit, page 3, and the third page we have the same thing. We're sending it back to the first qubit, page 1. So this is the thing, that that if we have multiple pages and we have to change the directions for the pages, then it's mean we have to define the block provider on every page. So that would be that it will be repeated code that we have to use in every screen, so that will create a lot of problem for the enterprise application. So in that case it is highly recommended that we should use the that the push named and the generated router as well. So let's do this work, and let's start this tutorial. So guys, for now I will just create the one file, the routes file, right? Routes file. So in this I'm going to just define the class routes, right? And in this I'm going to just define static route on generate route. In that I will just call the route settings, and in this I will just define this route settings, and here so I will just define these switches settings dot name, and after that I will just define it here, settings dot name case is like first return material page route, and here I will define the builder. Here I will define the context like this, and block provider here, block provider. So here I will define the context again, and this will be my first qubit. I will define it first qubit, and what will be the child for this one? The child will be page 1, right? So here we are. So this is the provider. Context is also defined for this, and inside this create we have context, and first qubit is also defined, and the page. So we just have to verify the brackets here, and then we put the close. Create the first case and the second case as well, like the same second one, and here I will just call the which one? The page 2, and that I don't need a title there, and the second qubit, right? So what we just need to import this one, and let me format this, and the same thing we will do with this make a third case, default, and the third case, page 3, and the third qubit, right? I'll just call it So here we are. This has been created. This is settings name. So I have created this one. Now how we can use this one, let's see. Now we will go to the page 1, and from here we'll just define navigator dot push name, and here in the context we'll just define, for instance, the second page that we will second one. So here we can see I just use this single line here, which means that we don't need to repeat this going forward. We just delete it, right? So same thing we will do it on the next page, on the page 2 here, but here we will define the third, and we just remove this one, right? And here we will do the same thing. Here we just have to call the first one, so we can remove this entire stuff. And one more thing that we need to do change on the main class. Let's do that change. I will just replace this home with this, just comment it out this one, and here I will just define on generate route, and the routes dot on generate route, right? So here we are. Let me just call it, and from here the first page will be the first route, initial route will be the first one, right? So for the else case, you know that in here where we are in the, yes, in this case, for instance, we haven't any case so this should be third one, and the other one will be case default. So here we can just return the null column. Returned as a default null. So let's test this entire scenario again with this generated route. So let me restart the application once again, and then see all this stuff again. So today in this lecture I will also explain you one more thing regarding the argument passing by using the push named as well. So I will also add this one in this lecture. So let me first show you that how we are using the push named here. So this is the previous example. We can pass the arguments by using the push name. So for that one we can just use the arguments attributes here, arguments, and here we can just define it like this. For instance, if I want to define title or whatever you have, might have some dynamic value from the API results as well, that you can also define it here. So here you can define second title, or you can say that working with arguments, right? Working with arguments. So here we are. So how we can how we can use this arguments that in the next page, in the second page. For that one, what we need to do that in a routes page, for instance, if we are using for the second one, then we can just define one map here, map string dynamic, right? And arguments is equal to settings dot arguments, right? And setting dot arguments. So here now we are getting some error because its argument is an object type, right? So we can just cast it like a map string dynamic, right? So from here now we are sure that it is converted to the arguments, and we also know that from the first page in an argument, what we send in an arguments, basically we ask what we ask that in an argument in a page 2 we can just define the title, right? And in page 2 we also need to define it here, the required parameter as define the title, final string title. And how we can define a title? We just need to define the required this dot title. So here we go. So the next thing, that from here we can just use this title here, text page 2. Instead of this, we can just define the widget dot title, right? And what is saying, it's a constant, so we can just remove it, right? So what is another error? In the routes we have this error title. Right, now let me restart this application and then see what happened. So so page 1 is good. So in page 2 we have working with arguments. You can see here that how we can pass the argument. So I hope that you guys like this one, and you get some basic idea of the generated routes and the and how we can forward the arguments in by using that along with the qubit and the flutter block. So if you like this video, then please subscribe this, and going and in the future videos that I'm also bring some further lecture regarding the flutter block, and by using the API handling as well. And later on I'm also going to start another tutorial or the series for the Node.js as well. So right, thank you guys, thanks for watching this video.